Michelle, and this is my soon-to-be son-in-law, Avery. And we both love to cook, but we know there's a lot of people out there who are uncomfortable in the kitchen. They're confused about how to cook healthy food. They think they don't have enough time to cook, so they don't sit down to the table and share a meal with family and friends. And they end up picking up unhealthy food on the run.
Well, we are here to change all of that. We're going to show you how to cook quick, healthy, everyday food so that you can be confident in the kitchen and have more memories around the table with the people that you love. You've got this, so let's get started.
You are going to be so excited that you have decided to tune in to the Fresh Table today because we have a special guest star. This is Fabi, and he is from Ecuador, and we are in his home in Ecuador. He's opened up his home and allowed us to come, not only use his kitchen, but he's shown us all around Quito. He's allowed us to sleep in his house. He's just one amazing guy, and he and his wife, Mabe, open up their home all year long to people in ministry so they can come and have a little refuge, and he serves them and loves on them and goes deep with them and shares Jesus with everybody who comes into his home. So thank you so much, Fabi, for all you do. And on top of it all, he went to culinary school, and he's an amazing cook. So he's really going to be doing it all today because he's going to show you typical Ecuadorian dishes. So we're going to start off with ceviche. Take it away, Fabi.
Thank you, Michelle. This is a really pleasure, not just for me, it's for all the staff and all the staff that we are working here in Casablanca. So let's start. We will start to making Ecuadorian shrimp ceviche. We will have a dessert, like a cold compote babaco, and we will try to make our hot sauce. This is a homemade style I usually make for the teams here. So let's start?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, we will start putting some fire in the stove.
Okay.
We'll try to make two things at the same time. So we have good shrimp, is obviously defrosted, is clean, trying to have the best Ecuadorian shrimp. So we will put a little bit of oil, and obviously with the shrimp, and at the same time with a little bit of garlic. This is adding a little bit extra flavor, so I hope that you can try it at home because it will be so good.
And you can get the exact measurements, guys. Go to thefreshtable.org or faithfulworkouts.com. Join our Faithful and Fit plan, and you can get all the details to this unbelievable cooking. So don't worry, you don't have to write it all down. You can get it on our website.
Okay, at the same time that we are cooking the shrimp, we are starting making the cold compote of babaco. I think babaco is not a thing that you used to have in the States. Maybe if you are related more with Latin American culture or gastronomy, maybe it will be easy for find it. But you can replace it with kiwi, star fruit, I think, pineapples.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's not like a jam, but it's more like a compote. So that's part of the idea. We're using a little bit of water. We are trying to have more flavor of the babaco. So we are not using too much sugar because the fruit is already very sweet.
And he knows I don't like sugar. So just a
And we
little
are
bit.
using, I don't know if you know it, but Ecuador is known like the land of the cinnamon. So this is for, like 3 or 4 centuries ago. When they discovered America, supposedly they are trying to find the land of cinnamon. And here we are, the land of cinnamon. We're putting some cinnamon, some cloves, and some allspice. We'll try to boil in like a little light syrup to use with the babaco. This is the babaco. For sure, if you will find it, you will find a bigger one. We will try to have a little nice one, but tiny. The only thing that we did it with the babaco is we just chop it. We chop it in.
So you leave this on?
We take it. We peel it. Yes.
Okay, you peel it.
And
I don't know babacos.
we take it just without the skin. So we have it ready. I don't know if you want to take a little bit bite.
Yeah.
And it's a little bit already sweet. So we are making this sweet syrup.
Oh, that is good.
It's good.
I really
It's
mean
good. So we are almost toasting the garlic. We will put a little bit of oil. You can start to hear this crispiness sound coming to our mind. And we're starting the garlic, and the idea is kind of reboiling the shrimp. So maybe some Ecuadorian cooks, they start to hate me now because we usually use water, but I want to try to have more intense flavor of the broth. So that's why I'm not trying to use a lot of water. So the idea is when this will be almost cooked in maybe 2 or 3 minutes.
Yes.
So we are trying to reboiling the shrimp. We don't adding too much water because the idea is to have a really intense flavor of the broth. So this is taking almost 2 or 3 minutes. You will see very easily when it's almost cooked because change automatically the color.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll try just for a few seconds more the shrimp.
Most people overcook shrimp. In America, sometimes they're almost hard because they cooked them too much.
Yeah, if you can see our little syrup is start to boiling, we need to reduce at least a half. This is almost done. I think we need to stop it here. We can just let it set it to cold, and we're gonna start with the juice. So this is an Ecuadorian ceviche, and this is more like a cocktail. Sometimes people are confused because they have the idea of the Peruvian ceviche, and sometimes when I try to explain to people what is the difference, because sometimes they thought that it's the same, I'm trying to explain that maybe the Peruvian ceviche is more like a salad, or one is more like a cocktail. So this is more juicy, and obviously for me it's more flavored. So
it's funny how each different region in Latin America is known for different things. It's been really interesting for me to find out the things that Ecuador is known for, like the quinoa and the chocho.
Yes, yes.
The chocho bean. I'm learning new things. All these foods have been so fun for me to learn. So thank you.
So
And what did you just put in there?
I'm just putting cold juice of lemon.
Lemon juice?
Try to have this type of lemon. I know that we have many types. I don't know if you know it, but now you know. We have these tiny lemons. We call limon sutil. So try to find it. Maybe in some organic markets you will find it's more like
Limey. It's like a lime.
yeah.
Uh-huh.
The thing is we have many types of lemons, and we have lime and we have oranges.
Oh wow.
So we have
Yeah.
extra flavors that maybe they are not usual for you, but it's important for ceviche. So we keep an eye on that. The idea is why we need to put the lemon on the onions is, onions has this acid a little bit. So sometimes red onion is very acid, very strong. So the idea is to reduce a little bit the flavor. We keep the crunchiness of the onions, but at the same time we start to add in this juicy that's coming with the lemon juice and with the orange juice.
Kind of mellows that strong flavor of the red onion. Good.
We have
Tomatoes right there.
we have tomatoes, red onion,
Great.
chopped tomatoes.
Mm-hmm. Looks looking good so far.
So you need to mix it a little bit. So the idea, I hope one day the technology let us breathe and smell the things that we are doing on TV.
Yeah, you guys
Because
don't get that. I
we start
do.
to smell so much.
Oh yeah, it already smells like ceviche without even
Like
shrimp and
ceviche.
all the other stuff. It already smells ceviche-ish.
We are putting some mustard.
Mm-hmm. It looks kind of like a Dijon mustard that we would use in the U.S.
Yeah.
a little bit. A Dijon mustard. That looks good.
Don't be afraid of what is the best brand of mustard. Most of the people use just the cheapest good flavor one. So
Yeah.
this is my almost my mom recipe of
So
ceviche.
were your parents both born in Ecuador?
Yes, my
Yeah.
grandparents and my grandparents. Looks like I will die here. So
Not a bad place. It's so
I hope not
beautiful.
today.
It's so beautiful.
We are putting some ketchup or ketchup. Depends where you're from.
Uh-huh. I can take that one.
Thank you.
I gotta do something, right? I can pass your dishes to the sink.
I am learning a lot.
This has been fun.
They are filming some episodes here, and I am learning a lot. So we have our shrimp is already cooked. We are adding some orange juices.
didn't you tell me how many different varieties of oranges do you have here?
I don't know.
He said like 100. I mean, so many different varieties. He said, how about you? I'm like, we got the orange, the tangerine. I don't know. That's about all I can think of.
Yeah, we have some special for ceviches. So it's a little bit tart, it's a little bit extra sour,
Okay.
and obviously we have the normal one for juices, and we have the sweet ones that sometimes we use for desserts or things like that. So
All right.
that's
Let's
part
see.
of the thing. I don't know if you can
Oh, it's reduced.
put an eye on that. It's almost the half, so we will just let it sit for a few more minutes.
Okay.
This is almost done. We will add some
Salt and pepper.
salt and pepper.
Everybody, all around the world.
If you like spicy, you can chop very thin, maybe a hot pepper, and when you are reboiling the shrimp, you can add that. I don't recommend paprika or things like that. I prefer hot pepper when it's fresh. So the idea is to have this cold, and we are adding this broth to the ceviche.
Ooh. So when you say it's more like a cocktail, there's more liquid
It's more
to
like
it.
a cocktail.
Okay. I was thinking cocktail. I was like, like in America, a cocktail's like an alcoholic drink.
Yeah, no.
No, we're not going to be drinking this.
No.
No.
At least no any of us and not the shrimps.
That would not be
So
easy.
we will just let this set it
Okay.
to have cold. So we will set it to the fridge
Okay.
for a few seconds.
Here we go. We can take that. Put that in the
And
fridge.
we will start with the hot sauce.
Okay, now I want you to know, when I came to Fabi's house, my daughter, who's married to Avery, who usually does the show with me, one of the first things she said is, wait until you try Fabi's hot sauce. So after she said that, I'm like, we need to get him on the show. And I thought I was just going to get some hot sauce, and now we're learning all this. So I can't wait, because he told me it's a secret, but he'll only share it with all of you. So,
Finally, the secret is developed. So we are just trying to use some hot peppers. These red ones has a really good flavor. I just take tail out of it, and you can crush it with your hands. Be careful, especially if after this you touch your eyes,
yeah, you
your
don't
mouth.
want to touch your eyes after hot peppers. Our son did it one time. He touched his eye and was just crying. He was little. He was crying and crying. And I'm like, there's nothing we can do.
We have a little bit of red onions too. We are just putting all in the food processor.
Okay.
We're adding a little bit of garlic paste. If you don't have it, it's okay. It's going to the food processor, so it's totally fine.
Yeah, just use a garlic. If you don't have garlic paste.
Yeah.
But this makes it so easy to get garlic really infused into what you're cooking.
Yeah. You know, sometimes we need to. The idea in the kitchen is how we can preserve in a better way the food that we buy.
Yeah.
So we don't want to waste.
Don't waste.
So sometimes a good idea, if you have a little bit of extra time in the week, take all the garlics that you already bought and blend it with just a little bit of water and a little bit of oil, and you can put it in nice bottles in your fridge,
yeah.
and will be ready when you want to use it.
And does
So
it stay fresh in the fridge for a while?
it stay fresh.
Yeah.
Many times. I mean, if you are obviously if you use too much garlic, you won't buy too much. But
Yeah,
if you're
it stays fresh.
yeah. I added the red onions, and now I'm adding some
Cilantro.
cilantro.
And his wife literally just ran up to their garden and picked the cilantro and came running down with it. I mean, can't get much fresher than that.
I'm adding just a little bit of water. The idea is my hot sauce is almost like a paste, so that's why we want to keep the secret. And you can add more things. If you love to have more a juicy flavor, you can chop some tomatoes at the end, or you can add chopped juice or a juice of tomato, and you can add a little bit more oil if you want. You can add many flavors. You can add the chochos too, or we have a tree tomato as another fruit, and maybe it's not used to have it in the States, but it gives like a really sweet flavor to the hot sauce. So I think we are coming in a minute. This syrup is almost done. Look at this golden color that we're starting to have it. And if you can smell it, oh my,
Yeah, the cinnamon and the cloves together smells so
The
good.
cloves is so good. So we will turn it on this, and I think see you in seconds, right?
Okay. All right, we won't make you listen to the blending. We'll be right back.
Okay, we just finished our hot sauce.
You can already smell it. Like it has a smell just from far
Yeah,
away.
it's super strong.
Yeah.
It's super strong. So I don't know if you can see, it's very heavy. It's not too much juicy. So
I find that sauces can make such a difference. Putting a little bit of that on top of something can be so good. A little salt and pepper.
well, no more pepper because
Oh yeah.
this is hot pepper.
There we go.
If you
Alright.
let set it, this hot sauce will be so much stronger and more rich the flavor. You just turn it down this, turn it off. So I recommend if you have a party, if you have something special, if you are calling your friends or your family to have a special meeting, a dinner or lunch, try to prepare the day before, so you can have more richness flavor, and you just can it and put it.
And that will stay fresh in the fridge for a while?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Good. Oh my goodness, look at the color of that. Looks good. Dip a little tortilla chips or
Oh,
put it
yeah.
on top of some eggs. There's so many different things that you could put that on. Looks great. I bet adding it to different things, like into a soup, just stir in just a
Yes.
teaspoon of it could give it such a nice spice. Oh, beautiful. Great.
Okay.
Look
We
at
have it
that.
here, and this is done.
Okay.
We are just
It's a good thing I'm here to watch over you. I'm really playing the girl here. You're doing
so
great, Fabi.
we have our chopped babaco. We are just adding this syrup.
Wow.
Not too much.
So it's just all fruit, and then adds the
It's
syrup
very
and the
fruity.
cinnamon and the cloves
Wants
right
to be
to it.
very fruity.
Uh-huh.
So the same. Now obviously we are making everything fresh, but if you let at least 2 days will be better. The juices of the fruit start to melt it with this syrup that we prepared, so both flavors will be mixed. And the thing that this is like a kind of like a canning thing, you're adding a little bit of sugar to preserve, so will be for more days.
Okay.
This is almost like a portion for almost 3 or 4 persons.
So how do you eat this then? Is it just like, is it with a spoon? Do you put it on something?
Yeah, you just put it like a little dessert.
Oh, look at you getting fancy.
You can add some cookies.
Good. Okay. Beautiful. Wow.
We are adding our cloves.
You can
Like
tell
the
he's
garnishing.
trained professionally. Look at him doing all that. Beautiful.
And now we will have our ceviche.
All right.
We usually present
that's
our
okay.
ceviche. I think we can take it out this.
Okay, let me go get the ceviche and I'll bring it right back, okay?
Okay. So we usually present the ceviche with popcorn. We usually use this.
Isn't that funny? Popcorn. I don't
Yeah.
we went out and I ordered ceviche. I'm like, well, we get popcorn at the movie theater. They get it with ceviche.
Yeah, we use popcorn with some soups or especially creams, vegetable creams. That's like changing life thinking that for many people it's like, what are you doing with the popcorn in your cream? It's like, and at the end when they try, it's like, okay, my life changed. I'm saving and now I enjoy this other thing too.
Did you ever think that you'd hear that popcorn changed your life? Right here. We hear it first from Fabi. Popcorn can be life changing.
At the end, obviously, fresh, chopped cilantro. Many of our food in Ecuador has cilantro.
I love cilantro.
I know that, well, I don't know, scientists say that it's just the 10% or maybe less of all the population can resist cilantro. So,
Yeah. It's actually
thank God that I'm in the 90%.
Yeah, I know. They can do a DNA testing, and it can show if you like cilantro or don't. Isn't that interesting? That
Wow.
it's in your makeup. Because I always wondered, how could anyone not like cilantro? But it's actually, I don't know,
It's
Something
so
number
good.
one.
It's so good. I hope, yeah, one day you can smell from your screens. So we're adding some banana chips. So we can add it like here. We can add some popcorn, but today we make a mix of all we call tostado. So it's the big corns that they are toasted with a little bit of oil and onions and garlic. We will just going to serve the ceviche. So must be cold, obviously. Don't forget that this is an appetizer. If you want to have this like a main dish, you can add some rice too.
Okay,
In
yeah.
some restaurants, they used to serve with some rice. So we have more than enough.
Wow,
We
that
will-
smells so good.
We will add some juice.
I can tell you what I'm going to be
Oh.
doing as soon as we're done filming. Eating it. Oh my goodness.
So, this is.
Look at all this. All right, so I'm going to go on now because I want to show what you've taught me. And tell them the name of the soup, the potato soup I'm going to show.
Locro.
That's what he said. Okay, right there.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's a potato soup. And I just wanted to show you a little bit about it because it's he made it for us one night and it was really good and it's very typical. Like in
Yes.
Ecuador. Ecuador is very big for soups, right?
Yes, we have hundreds of soups. Some researchers, they are saying that we have more than 1,000 soups in the country.
And I love soups. I think they're just such a great way. It takes a while to eat. You can put so many healthy things in it.
Yes.
So let me just show you here a little bit about what we do with this soup. So what I have done is I took 2 pounds of potatoes. Ideally, like a golden potato is a great one to use, or a russet potato, or a red skin potato, but something, cut it up into little pieces, cut up 1 onion, and then add 4 cloves of garlic. And you put that all into a pot with simmering water. So that's what I've already done here, okay? So you can see how nice and soft all of these are. It kind of is almost like I could make mashed potatoes from it. So nice and soft. When I was doing the potatoes, I left the skins on because the skins of a potato actually have quite a bit of fiber, so they're really good for you. So I left them on. Now what we would do at this point is take all of this and put it into a blender or a food processor. And then we would add some milk. I have 1.5 cups here, but I would add it slowly because you want to get it to that thickness that you want. All right? In addition, we have this oil here called
Achote.
achote oil, which is made from a seed. This could be hard to get in the U.S., but you can substitute in turmeric and paprika, maybe about, a half a teaspoon of each, or you could use 1 teaspoon of a hot chili oil. So it gives a little bit of this nice color and a little bit of spice to it.
Yes.
And then 1 teaspoon of some cumin. You put that into your food processor, blend it all up, and here's what it kind of looks like. Now you can see it's a little bit more of a thicker soup right there. And so I have an avocado on there, some cilantro and some cheese, and we've just sprinkled a little bit of chili powder on it. So guys, I just want you to know, not only is Fabi an amazing cook, but also this home that I talked about that he opens up, this isn't just to a couple people. I mean, he can sleep up to
43 persons.
43 people. And he gets up and he prays with people before they go out and do ministry. People can stay here up to 3 months. It's an amazing, amazing ministry, and I would encourage you to support them. You can see it here on the screen. It's incalink.org. And you can make a donation to this wonderful ministry and to this wonderful
Thank you so
man.
much.
And we are just so thankful. I mean, this is a treat, guys. You've got like this famous Ecuadorian chef here, but he made me clarify this version of the soup. It's a slightly American twist to it. It's not as typical as some, but it's my version, I guess. So thank you
It
so
was
much.
good. Thank
This
you.
was fun.
Thank you, Michelle.
Yeah. Thank you.
Well, my pleasure.
Bye-bye, guys.
Bye.
As always, thank you so much for tuning in. I just have a quick message I want to share with you guys. So this is probably my favorite thing about Christianity. One, that God and Jesus had a lot of humor They're so funny, so amazing. Just the stories in the Bible, when you read them in the context, it's incredible. But this is what I want to talk about, how Christianity requires that you have some skin in the game. So one of my favorite stories in the Bible is after Jesus has risen from the dead. There's a couple people walking down the road, and then he starts walking up right beside them. And they're like, "Where are you going?" They don't know who this is, and they say, "Hey man, where are you going?" And they say, "Do you not know what just happened?" And he goes, "What happened?" Jesus says, "What happened?" And they say, "Well, there was a man, and his name was Jesus, and he claimed to be the Son of God, and then he rose from the dead." And Jesus goes, "Oh, wow." And then it is at that moment, it says that it is revealed to them who they're talking to. And what I love about that is that Jesus asks a question. He doesn't look at them straight in the eye as soon as seeing them and say, "I am the Son of God, I am Jesus." He wants them to say it. And that's so key. All throughout Jesus' ministry, he asks a ton of questions. The person who claims to know everything, all the answers, asks people questions. He says, "Who do you say that I am?" Because he wants us to vocalize it. He wanted those people to externalize what they were thinking and feeling. And that is huge. For some weird reason, God doesn't want to change the world without us. He wants us to be a part of it. He wants us to have some skin in the game. We, as Christians, are Jesus' hands and feet on earth today. It is up to us, with God's help, to respond to that. He has entrusted us with so much, and that's really, really amazing. Not because of our own might, but that we might choose him. That's amazing. So I encourage you, get some skin in the game. Help those in need, and really respond to the questions that Jesus seems to always ask us. What an amazing concept, and what an amazing opportunity for all of us. So thanks again for tuning in, and we'll see you next time.